Hey guys, Paulo Synth Mania here at the Thomann Synth Reactor 2019 with Dom with Yamaha.
Hi everyone.
Hi Dom. And we were looking at the brand new CP88 and also CP73 digital stage piano. Okay Dom, so yeah, I was playing this earlier and blown away both by the touch of this piano and also by the sound and how it reacts to the sound.
Yep.
Really incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about the technology and the type of sound it has in it?
Yeah, I mean the whole idea about the CP, the new CP range is that it's a one-to-one interface. So first of all, of course, we have the really great keyboard right there, which is wooden keyboard. It's the ebony and ivory tops. These are synthetic, they're not real ivory, obviously, but it feels like a piano and it's graded, which means the lower ranges, the lower octaves are a little bit heavier like a real piano, and then when you go higher, it becomes a little bit more light.
All right, Dom, let's do some demos. And I forgot my recorder, but no problem here actually, because the CP88 has a USB port in the back. And we're actually recording in stereo to my phone here.
Exactly. So basically we're using it as a class-compliant audio interface into an iOS device. It could be an iPhone, it could be an iPad, right, which actually saved the day, which is great. Basically I'm going to give you this.
Yep.
So now this is cool, so now you can synchronize. And I'm going to play a few sounds for you, right? I'm going to start with the piano section. Let me wear my headphones. So this is a Cfx Piano, really beautiful, lots of strong fundamentals. So can activate the damper resonance, of course. Add some reverb. And of course I have my EQ right here. So now I have the low end is a little bit down. I'm going to turn it up and maybe I can create a sound. So now you can actually hear the proper sound, because before I had the EQ dialed down. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the different sounds. This is an Imperial, this is a Bosendorfer model. So it has a completely different sound. It's a little bit more resonant. I'm going to show you. And then we have the S700. This is a stage favorite. Right. It cuts through a mix, even on big bands, with pop arrangements and stuff like this. It's very bright. And then we have DigiPiano. I'm gonna show you the C7, which is my personal favorite. It's oozes with character. Just show you from very soft to very loud. So now if you want to make it cinematic, you just add a little bit of reverb and create a film score, So, it's a very expressive instrument. The upright piano, I'm going to go and play a little bit of the E1. And see, it's like, again, very distinct sound. It's a little bit more if you know how a U1 sounds, you'll be familiar with this sound. SU7, again, a little bit more staccato type of sound.
Sure.
And then, of course, the CPs. And just very quickly, I'm going to show you a few of the electric. So I might want to add a little bit of an auto pan. Maybe some chorus. You know, whirly. So I want to turn on the effects. Maybe I want to go for wah-wah. You know, I can turn on the drive. It completely changes the character if you turn on the drive. So without it. And then of course you have clavinet. So on and so forth. You know, your subcategory will have strings, some really nice pads. And now, just to show you a little bit of the delay section and the reverb section, I'm just going to select maybe a grand piano sound, and I'm going to activate it. So this reacts like a tape delay. Where the digital one gives you these kind of glitchy sounds. So you can create some really cool loops like that. You know, so that's a good one. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of a taste of how it sounds like, but this is a section that you can keep you occupied for hours.
That's right.
So what I do is basically I turn it on. I have Cubase on record mode for the entire time, and basically I start recording, and I get some really interesting effects. Then I chop them off and I create libraries out of them. Yeah. So, but the whole thing is that you will never need to read the manual for this one. It's completely one-to-one, which
lots
means
of switches, very user-friendly.
Very, very tactile, very positive feeling switches. So if I want to turn on my piano section right here, I have my grand pianos, I have my upright pianos. It has the U1, which many artists say that it's one of their favorites because it's has so much character, you know. Well, of course we have the CPs and layered pianos, we know, with strings. So you already have pretty much everything you need as a piano player in this category. And basically, if I want to go and layer this with an electric piano, I can turn on the switch, and then I can add some, you know, retype electric pianos, clavinets, DX sounds, and I can create splits very easily. So let's say I want to have my grand piano on the left-hand side and my electric piano on the right-hand side. I can just do it like that. So now my acoustic piano is on the right or left, and I can do it like this. And I can change the octaves of each section very, very easily. Level, tone, And then every section has their own effects. So for example, for the acoustic pianos, you have compression, distortion, drive, chorus. You can have the damper resonance, of course. And then the electric pianos have loads of effects. Yeah. So auto pan, tremolo, ring modulation, and of course you can change the parameters like this, wah-wahs, compression, two types of choruses, flangers, 3 types of phasers, drive. So there's a lot of scope for sound design as well, which is great.
Sure.
Because I mean, you can use this completely in a traditional way, so as a piano player, or what I like to do is I like to go into this section. Of course, this is the subsection, so you have different types of sound, strings, organs, chromatic percussion, all those things. But this is a very, very interesting section. Yes. Yeah. So you can say, I want my delay, for example, to be only on the piano, only on the electric piano, on the sub, or all of them. And then I can basically decide on the depth. Now the very cool thing with these guys is that we have an analog style delay and a digital style delay, which means that when you turn the feedback all the way up and you change the time, this gives you a very distinctive analog tape delay sound. So you hear the pitch is kind of detuned, so you can actually do those cool things where you play a chord and it keeps the feedback is that, and then you go like no 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 no, and it does that thing. And if you go to digital and you change the time, it creates a super cool glitch type effects. So it reminds me of some digital delays back in the day that guitarists used to use, for example. And of course you have the reverb. Again, very easy to use. You have a single depth and time control, and you can turn it on like that. So if at some point you want to just throw one, splash of reverb somewhere, you can go like this, and it works. And then at the end, you have a master EQ, which means that if you feel you need a little bit more low end, you can go like this. Or if you play in, a venue that's very boomy, you can just tone it down a little bit.
Sure. So it's a really cool concept to have all these fast switches, because usually you have menus and some menus in digital pianos.
Yeah.
This one is really well thought for that performance type of capability.
Yeah, it's very quick, and it's very quick because you can do stuff like this,
Right, 4 fingers.
Yeah, exactly, and you can basically transform a sound very easily.
That's right.
And because you can switch between sounds without interruption,
yep,
that makes it even cooler. Now, of course, because there are so many parameters right here, you might want to save them. You can always go and save any configuration as a live set. Yeah. So you can say, okay, I want to have a piano like this, and then I want an electric piano like that, and maybe a sub. I create all my sounds, I do my reverbs, I do my effects, and then I can just hit store, and I can store that as a new live set.
Fantastic.
And I can recall it very easily after that.
Fantastic.
So, and of course it's an audio interface, which means that it can be your master keyboard as a really nice MIDI controller. All these guys, they send out CC messages. And of course it's an audio interface, which means you can record on Mac, on PC, and if you're a mobile musician, on an iPad.
Fantastic.
So,
and this comes in fully weighted 88 keys and also
yes.
76.
Yes, the 73, CP73, so 76 keys, which is not exactly the same. It has more of a electric piano type of key bed, still heavy, but not as heavy as this one.
Okay.
So for some people that gig a lot and they want something that's a little bit lighter, the 73 is maybe a better option. But also, if someone is not a pianist and they want something of a little bit, a touch lighter action, maybe the 73 is better. But for me, because I'm a pianist, I prefer this, really heavier, so I can feel like I'm playing a piano.
I played it, and I can vouch for incredible sound. It's so responsive to the touch as well. And this one is available right now?
Yeah, it's available right now. Of course, it's metal construction, but yeah, you should be able to find it at your, dealer or shop, wherever you are buying your instruments from.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks so much, Paolo. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Have fun.